everyone, and welcome to the Unexplained Archives. This is your source for anything weird, strange, and unusual. I am one of your hosts, Jen.
Hi, Jen. I'm Jamie, the other host.
Hello. How's
Hello.
it
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing okay.
Good.
Unfortunately, my stepdad did pass away
Mhm.
uh, earlier in the week, and we had his celebration of life yesterday. So still kind of recovering. There's been a lot of emotions up and down. We shared a lot of memories yesterday, and some of them were just so beautiful. I mean, it just choked me up, but it was just great. And my family's been wonderful and supportive, and we knew it was going to happen. It's just always hard when it actually does.
Yes.
It seems surreal, that he's gone because it happened so fast.
It
So
did. I mean, it's
yeah.
really the whole thing has only been less than a month.
Yeah, it's been less than a month. Like on June 12th, we didn't even know he was sick.
Right.
And yeah, and then we had his celebration of life yesterday. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I am very
Almost a month later, a little less than a month later. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Condolences to you
Thank
and your
you.
whole family, your
Yeah.
mom. This has just been so surprising, and you've
Yeah.
been so brave because so much has been going on,
Yeah.
and and I appreciate, and I'm sure everyone appreciates you being here today too. I mean, this has all been going on, and Jamie hasn't missed a show yet, so this is
Whew.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's honestly it's good. It's everyone needs a few little distractions here and there from things, So this has been a lovely distraction for me. I love it. So it's my happy place. So
good.
it's good. Yeah, it's good. Um, but yeah, my mom handled it really well. I've been very proud of her. I feel like when it gets quiet in the house after, all the hustle and bustle of, family being around to, plan and, and help her, I think it might hit her more, when the house is quiet. So she's going to need a lot of love in the next coming weeks, I feel like,
Yes, yes.
so,
Oh, she's lucky.
um,
She's got you and your siblings. I think that's
yeah.
a big help.
Yeah, everybody's been so great. I did want to show these off. So these are opal earrings that my mom gave each of us kids a piece of jewelry, and she knows I love earrings. So, and opals are my birthstone for October.
Beautiful.
But each of our jewelry pieces have a little bit of my stepdad David's ashes in them, and I thought that was super special. And yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but they
beautiful.
are beautiful. So if you're on YouTube, you can see them, and they're really pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are beautiful. Yeah, that was so nice, especially with everything going on. She made time to
No,
give you guys each a little something. I think that's really
no, it was really special. So yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, we're all doing okay. I'm glad that we did a celebration of life and not like a regular funeral.
Sure.
Yeah, mom wanted everybody to wear bright colors and, tell stories, and we did, and it was perfect. So it was a very good celebration of my stepdad. So
I think that's great.
yeah,
That's really
yeah,
good.
it was good. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy week, but you know, we're looking on the bright side. So
Yeah,
I also
absolutely.
had in between all of this, I was still trying to work and, go on with life. And, I do ride share on the side. And, oh my gosh, I had this passenger. I had this 4-hour drive. And normally, I mean, it was one of those times where I was trying to follow my intuition, but I could not tell which way it was pushing me.
Yeah.
I felt something, but
Yes.
I wasn't sure. But anyway, so I got this ride, and it was like a 4-hour ride
That's a
and
long time.
a big dollar amount attached to it.
Yes.
And I was like, it would have to be the right person, for me to do this. So I call ahead. They seem completely normal on the phone. So I'm like kicking it around. Should I do it? Should I not do it? But I did it. And let me tell you, I'm happy I'm alive right now because it was the craziest trip I've ever taken. This guy thought he worked closely with the Archangel Michael. They were best buddies, and he's taken down legions of demons and killed a lot of people with his mind, mostly pedophiles and some really evil ex-girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, a lot of that kind of talk for 4 hours. It was I just thought I was in the Twilight Zone the
I bet.
entire time. Yeah.
I bet.
So, yeah. So it was interesting. I tried to keep him talking so that I knew what he was doing at least, and I heard some crazy stories. Yeah.
Yes, sounds like it. We are glad that you survived that ride.
I feel like I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I would do it again. So, but
It,
yeah,
yeah,
it
I
was
think
not.
that has to be one of the toughest things about doing that particular job. You don't know
Yeah.
who you're going to get, especially for a long period of time like that.
Yeah, and I've people ask me all the time up before this point,
Mhm.
"What's the craziest, passenger you've ever had? What's your craziest story?" And I really didn't have a lot,
Yeah.
just like I've done since 2020, I've been doing this at least like filling in with it, for this whole time for 5 years. And I didn't really have a lot. I was like, it's been kind of boring for me. Everybody's nice. I haven't had anything too crazy. Well, this made up for the 5 years before this. Like, it was yeah. But anyway, I dropped him at the Little Rock Airport, so if you guys hear of anything in the news about, anything crazy going on at the Little Rock Airport, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Jamie's guy.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I dropped him there. I don't know where he went from there.
Dropped him there. That's where I
Woo!
left him.
Yeah,
That's where
yeah,
he's at.
yeah,
Well, I mean, honestly, this is the perfect story for our show. I mean, the subject
yeah,
matter and everything is yeah, it's perfect for what we would talk
yeah.
about here. So,
I
unfortunately,
feel
I sometimes think our show has now drawn some of the
I
strange
know.
and
It's
crazy
so
our
crazy.
way.
Yeah, he even told me, he's like, I've been blessed that I've gotten the right, you know, Lyft or Uber driver to take me wherever I need to go to do my job. I don't know what his job is.
Oh
I
boy.
didn't ask.
Okay.
I didn't ask, but he's
I'm-
on a special mission. But um I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know either.
About that.
Don't know either.
I don't know how I was the chosen one, but
You
anyway,
are.
I'm
It's
alive. I made it
good.
back in
Good.
one piece.
Yes.
Yes. Interesting.
That
Yeah.
is very
Life
interesting.
just keeps getting crazier. I don't even know.
Yeah. We have talked about the things that have gone on just in the last few months since we've started the show, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So I sometimes think we the things that we talk about might kind of bring
I
something
know. Are
on.
we
I don't
bringing
know.
this on ourselves? I don't know.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
Peggy
know.
doll. Peggy. I
Ah.
blame Peggy.
I was trying to think back of when the craziness started. Like,
Hmm.
was it, I mean, we started the episode, I had that crazy curse coat.
Yeah, that was right from jump.
That's right from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Hmm.
From right, is it the coat? Is
Yeah.
it the
Yeah.
podcast?
Yeah.
Is it Peggy? Is it the subject matter? What is it? What is it? What is going on? I don't know.
We would love to hear theories. I would love to hear from other podcasters who talk about the same subject matter.
Yeah.
I would be very curious. We need to start reaching out, or if we have other podcasters who happen to listen to us who talk about anything supernatural or paranormal.
Yes.
What has happened since you started your show? Because our life has not been dull once in the
No.
5
No.
months.
No. No. No, it's been crazy. But anyway, we're still smiling.
We are.
We're still
smiling too much,
still
apparently.
going. Yeah, smiling too much. We're still smiling way too much.
We've got to stop being so happy about
Gotta
everything.
stop being so happy. I think maybe that's why they're trying to say, be more serious.
We got to be serious
about life.
Serious.
Be miserable.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard not to find the humor in a lot of the things that we discuss. We're certainly not laughing at anything super serious, of course.
No.
But you have to find the bright side of some of these things. You really do, or you would just be in a hole somewhere if you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not ready for that, so I'm going to keep fighting the fight.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. So that's why we're here. We are back with a very interesting topic today.
Yes, I'm excited.
And I was trying to think of what to discuss this week, and I had found a reel had popped up. I was on Facebook, and a reel had popped up, and it was a different podcast who was discussing the Mandela Effect. They were specifically talking about Fruit of the Loom. And the more listening to it, and I'd heard of the Mandela Effect before, but it was one of those things I thought, you know what, let's really dive into this. I think it's super interesting. I'm glad I did. I'm not going to lie. Some of this stuff frustrates me to no end. Yeah. I'm like, it's real. It happened. It existed.
No. Yes. Yeah.
I know it. I'm not crazy. But the interesting thing is that I'm not alone in a lot of these things. There are so many people who have the very same memories of particular topics that they swear this existed, this was a thing. And so many people are saying, no, it actually didn't exist. So we're going to dive into that today. We're going to talk a little bit about the Mandela Effect. For those who may not have heard or know exactly what it is, it's actually a phenomenon where a large group of people remember the same events or details of something, and it's a very strong memory of these things. The definition says that it is false memory, which I don't know if I like that definition. I don't know. It's claiming these are false memories of ours. But is it false memories of ours?
I don't know. Do you feel like you're being gaslit a little?
That has been, honestly, that has been the feeling through a lot of this, doing more and more research on the topic. Are we being gaslit into believing certain things didn't exist? And if so, why? What's going on? So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So the term Mandela Effect actually was coined by a paranormal researcher. Her name was Fiona Broome. And after she had mistakenly believed that Nelson Mandela had died in the 1980s, and there were so many other people who thought the same thing, and he was very much alive. This is where the name comes from, the Mandela Effect.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Okay. This is very interesting to me. I did not know that it was coined by a paranormal researcher.
Yes. Yeah. So I find that interesting on top of it. And if you're not sure, Nelson Mandela, he was actually a South African anti-segregation political leader. And he was a philanthropist as well. I mean, he was out there trying to do good things, and he's just a good person. And South Africa has had, there a lot of turmoil. And so he was one that was out there fighting the good fight. But he was actually imprisoned for 27 years just for his activism. He was trying to do the right thing, and he was in prison for 27 years. He was eventually released from prison, And he actually became the first Black president in South Africa in 1994. He also won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. However, many people believe that he had passed away while he was imprisoned, and that like around in the 1980s. And that is not so. He actually lived to be 95 years old, and he did pass
Wow.
away, yep, in 2013. So why do some of us remember this happening? What is happening where we believe this? Obviously, he didn't pass away. He's
Right.
very much alive. But what is it that has so many people believing that this one thing is really true? So Jamie doesn't know this. I'm springing this on her.
Uh-oh.
Normally, we send each other our notes, so we kind of know what's coming. But I
Yeah,
decided
yeah.
I'm not going to do this because I don't want her to think about it. So we're going to play a
Okay.
little game, Jamie. We're going to play a little
Oh,
game.
okay. All right.
I want to hear your thoughts. So we're going to play a little Mandela Effect game.
Okay.
And you tell me how you remember certain things.
Whew,
Sound good?
okay.
Okay, just how you remember it. All right. The little book cartoon guy, Curious George. We know
Yeah.
Curious George. Yes. Okay. Now, did Curious George have a tail or did he not have a tail?
I think I remember him having a tail.
Okay. A lot of people do. And
Yeah.
he did not have a tail.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
No,
No
I can
tail for Curious
picture
George.
it. I can picture the
Yep.
the book covers and
Yep.
everything.
I'm
Huh.
right there with you on this one. This is one where I was like, don't I remember him in certain like scenes using his tail
Yeah.
to like swing some
Yes.
things? And yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
Okay.
you could look back. There is no tail. He
I
doesn't
don't
have
know
a
if
tail.
I agree with this.
Yeah. See, welcome to my frustration. Here we go. It's only begun. Okay.
Okay.
So Looney Tunes, right? Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. The
Mhm.
spelling of tunes in Looney Tunes, was it Toons as in cartoons, or is it Looney Tunes Tunes like musical?
Ooh, see, I picture Tunes.
Yep, that's correct. It is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Some people don't remember it that way. They remember it the other way around because they're like, "Oh, why would it be tunes? It's a cartoon. It's not. They're not.
Right.
It's not a musical."
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Although
Yeah.
there were some episodes where there were musicals. Um,
Right.
yes. So it's actually
Okay.
Tunes. So yeah, you
Okay.
remember that correctly.
All
Yep.
right.
All right. This one was tough. Oscar Mayer, the brand Oscar Mayer, is it spelled Meyer, Oscar Mayer, or Mayer, like Mayer, like John Mayer? Is it Oscar Mayer or Meyer? A or E?
MA. MA.
M-A? Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. It is. It's Oscar.
Oh,
Yeah, so it almost looks more like Mayer than it does Meyer.
yeah.
A lot of people remember it with an E.
Oh, okay.
I feel very certain it was an E in there somewhere at one point,
Mm.
but apparently not.
Okay.
All right, next one. Fruit Loops. Is it fruit spelled F-R-O-O-T or fruit F-R-U-I-T?
Ooh, this is a tough one because I can picture it either way. Um, I'm gonna say OOT.
Yeah. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, they have in a lot of the boxes of cereal, they actually use the little O's and play, the actual cereal pieces in place of the double O's in
Okay.
fruit. So
Okay.
yeah. Yes. All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, but I can see where these things get confused. Okay, in the movie Forrest Gump, the famous line from Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates, or was it life was like a box of chocolates?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Most everyone remembers it that way, and it's not. He said,
Oh.
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, okay.
And it's strange
Hmm.
because I've heard it now, but when I replay it in my head, I'm like, no, he says life is like a
Yeah.
box of chocolates. And I think that's how many people have quoted it since then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the way
yeah,
I mean, that's the way I quote it when I
yes,
hear it. Yeah.
yeah. All right, Mr. Rogers. We all remember Mr.
Oh,
Rogers from when we were kids.
yes.
Sings a song when he comes in every day. Now, is he saying it? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, or is he saying it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That's how a lot of people remember, and it is not.
Oh,
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, is what
huh,
he's saying. Yeah.
huh.
I don't remember it that way
I
at
don't
all.
either.
It's a
No.
beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day
Yeah.
in the neighborhood. Yeah. It's the. You're
The.
wrong, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. No, I don't remember it being this at all.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Captain Crunch the cereal. Is it Captain, Captain, Captain Crunch, or is it Cap'n Crunch?
Cap'n.
It is. It is Cap'n Crunch.
Hey, I know my
Yes.
cereals. I feel
Yes.
proud of
Yes.
this. All right.
Okay. Now this next one, I have been playing this over in my mind all night long because I was like, oh yeah, of course it's this way. And then I was like, but wait a minute. Is it? I don't know. So you tell me what you remember.
Okay.
Okay. Is it when you have peanut butter, are you eating Jiffy peanut butter or are you having Jif peanut butter?
Jif. Jif. I think it's Jif, and then I think it's Skippy. But I
Yes.
think some people merge them together, probably.
That's exactly what the theory is on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Okay.
people have put that together. But I'm not going to lie. All night long, I've been, wait a minute. Like as a kid, I kind of remember it Jiffy. And now I'm
Uh-huh.
like second guessing everything. Like when I was young,
Oh,
did they
yeah.
say Jiffy? I don't know. But if you look, we have it in our cupboard right now and it says Jif. So I'm like, okay.
Mm.
But yes, that is the theory that a lot of people confuse Jif and Skippy and you come up with Jiffy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is the one my son Hayden wanted me to tell you. Like this was, he was like, make sure you add this one because he knew this. I didn't. He knew
Oh,
all about this. He said, okay. So is it the Flint Stones or the Flintstones?
Flint.
Yes, it's the Flintstones. Two
Yeah.
T. Yes. Yeah. A lot of people say it so fast. It's Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they remember it that way. But the Flintstones. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hayden was on that one real quick. He was like,
Good
make sure
job,
you add
Hayden.
that. Yeah.
Good job.
All right. This one has a lot of people upset. We only have a couple more. But does the Monopoly man on the game Monopoly, does he wear a monocle or does he not wear a monocle?
Monocle.
See, there is no
No
monocle.
monocle?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
People
know about
swear.
this. I
People
picture him with a
swear.
monocle.
Yeah, they
Yep.
swear it was a monocle. They've even, as I was looking into certain things, people will be like have all these theories. Like, of course he had a monocle because this happened or people said something. One, I saw a clip of the movie Ace Ventura where Jim Carrey was kind of standing. He was at a party and two people had come in, and the one guy was bald and had the mustache, but he had a
Yeah.
monocle. And Jim Carrey had said, made a reference like how much because of his monocle and the way he looks, what is he, the Monopoly man?
Yeah.
And so people are like, see, there's proof right
Um,
there. The Monopoly man always had a monocle.
right. I picture him with a monocle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I have gone back and forth. I'm like, wait, did he?
Hmm.
Yeah, so that one is a very tricky. So many people remember him with a monocle.
Yeah.
People. All right, last one. Is there a hyphen between Kit Kat, the candy bar Kit Kat?
No.
Yes, there's no hyphen between the two. But a
Okay.
lot of people remember that at one point there was a hyphen, and they're saying, no, we never hyphenated Kit Kat.
I can picture the letters all squished together.
All squished together.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm
So
having trouble remembering a hyphen. I think I've always kind of remembered it just being one squished word.
yeah,
Yeah,
with both K's capitalized, but squished into one word.
exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone was playing at home. I would be very curious. Please leave in
Yes.
the comments if there was something you're like, nope, No, I know I remember it this way. Like, but we want these comments because
Yeah.
I would love to hear what other people remember because I'm in the same boat. There's so many things I feel very confident that I remember this way. The
Yeah.
first one I really want to talk about is Fruit of the Loom. This is the one I struggle. This might be the hill I die on.
Mhm.
Fruit of the Loom. To have a cornucopia or not to have a cornucopia. I
I
mean,
say
maybe
cornucopia. I say
yeah,
cornucopia. I remember
I
it.
I remember it too. I really
Yeah.
don't feel like I am imagining anything. A lot of people will say, I learned what a cornucopia was because they were on my t-shirts and I asked my mom, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, what is this thing? So many people have stories like that where
I
that's
feel
how
like I remember it on the tags
on the
even.
tags. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Yes,
Yeah.
these things were on the tags. I know growing up, my mom always put me in a white Fruit of the Loom T-shirt and then something over that. I was always layered as
Uh-huh.
a child, but we had Fruit of the Loom. My dad wore Fruit of the Loom T-shirts himself,
Uh-huh. Yep.
and so growing up in the '80s, this is the image I have in my mind. Is the cornucopia? You have the grapes and the apples, and
Yes.
that's Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
Well,
I
they're
agree.
saying it never existed. The cornucopia, it did not exist. I think they're messing with us.
I do too.
Yes. So, Fruit of the Loom has come out several times now and said that the cornucopia has never existed. They even went as far as putting together a photo to show their logo history. I had to laugh because so many people were like, who would go that far to even do something like that? Well, my son has taught me that a lot of people have done this because my son is very much into logos. So I know this has been a very interesting,
Oh,
like I've been sharing things with him as I've
that's
been
so
going.
cool. Yeah.
So, yes. So, Hayden's favorite thing are logos. And he loves to collect logos, create logos, and he knows the history of logos. And if you go on YouTube, I know there's one guy in particular. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Um, but this is what he does. He does the history of logos. And so this is not uncommon to have companies or someone else kind of create a chart of the history of logos, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So Fruit of the Loom has done the same thing in which they show every logo they are claiming they've ever had on any of their items, and none of them had a cornucopia on them. So I actually, so I'm old and I don't really know how to use TikTok. I'm going to just admit
I
this
know
up
me too.
front.
Me too. I have a TikTok,
I
but
have a TikTok.
I don't know how to use it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why I find it so confusing. This is why we don't have a TikTok as of yet
Yeah,
for our podcast.
we
I feel
will.
we'll
We'll
get there.
figure it out
We'll get there.
eventually.
I
Yeah.
really took to TikTok on this, which I know may not be like the greatest source, but one of the reasons I went there is because you have so many people who have all these opinions, and people are they'll do their research and they will take to
Hmm.
TikTok. So I decided to watch some of these videos to see. Now there is a TikToker out there by the name of Nicole, and she was very certain that the cornucopia existed. She has really, this has become her battle cry. She's not going to stop until Fruit of the Loom has admitted to what they're doing. In fact, her
Wow.
husband and her therapist have even asked her to let this go, and she won't.
Wow. She is on a mission.
She's on a mission. And so she has really taken a deep dive, and I want to share some of the things that she discovered doing her own research. So she actually found what would, she would consider government proof of the trademark. When you were trademarking your business, you can go in, it's public record, and you have to kind of describe not only what your company is about, what is your logo, please describe all these things. They really break it down in the
Right.
trademark.
Yeah.
Um, in the description, it has a cornucopia included.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so it says cornucopia. It's I think believe red apple, green apple, purple grapes, and leaves. So it talks about all the different things that were in their logo. So it's there. take what you will from that.
Huh.
There was a cover of an album by an artist, Frank West is the guy's name. He had an album in which he entitled Flute of the Loom.
Okay.
And that album came out in 1973. Now, Nicole talks about this as well on her TikTok, but I also found a Reddit user who is also trying to get to the bottom of this. Juggling Knives, he goes by on Reddit. He
Okay.
actually went as far as to reaching out to the artist who did the cover art for
Oh,
the album, just to say, hey, what was your inspiration for this?
yeah.
Because on the cover, there is a cornucopia and it has fruits and everything. And I'll post a picture of the album so you guys can see it. Um, and they reached out to the artist of the album. Ellis Chappell is his name. And so Ellis, actually, he didn't respond, but he had his son respond. And both, he said, I've talked with my dad about this, and the inspiration is definitely the Fruit of the Loom
Yeah.
logo, which included a cornucopia. And this was, 1973. So you're talking the 70s. They're saying there was a
Wow.
cornucopia, and it completely influenced the cover of this album.
Ah, this is messing with me.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. So now, Nicole is actually having some issues with the company Fruit of the Loom. They're trying to get her TikTok taken down.
Wow.
She has actually started making T-shirts and selling them, and on them is the logo with the cornucopia, and it says "Fruit of the Lore" on it, and she's selling those. Now, Fruit of the Loom is saying this is trademark infringement, and Nicole is saying, "How is it trademark infringement if you're telling us that's not the trademark? What
Right.
is it?"
If
Yeah,
there's no cornucopia,
yeah.
what are
What's
they
the big
bringing?
deal? Right,
Right.
right.
Mhm.
So there may be a lawsuit going on there. She said she will fight this to the end, and God bless her, because I get her frustration. I
Yeah.
truly do. I'm telling you, this is exactly how I remember it. I think there's probably so many
Mhm.
people out there. This is how
Yeah.
they remember things. You can go online and there have been people who've posted some of their old T-shirts in which you can see the cornucopia on the label.
Okay.
Um, Unfortunately, and sometimes fortunately, we live in a world right now where you can do anything to a photograph or
That's
videos, right?
true.
You
Yeah.
can do anything. And you've been able to do this for a while. Photoshop is the real deal. And so it's certainly possible. Are these photos fixed, or are these real photos of people who have their old T-shirts? Even Nicole says it in her TikToks, like, you can go on the internet and you can erase anything. But
Right.
how are you going to go into people's underwear drawers and erase that, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
So,
my question about when they were describing the trademark,
yeah,
did they describe the cornucopia itself, the actual,
like how it looks.
yeah.
I think really not so much a description. It just included cornucopia,
All,
as well as
oh,
it said
okay.
apples, leaves, grapes, cornucopia.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Okay. Well, that's what I was looking for, is if
yeah,
was the word or the description of
yeah.
what a cornucopia was
Yes.
in there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's there. I also found some other things too that were I found to be really interesting about Fruit of the Loom and what people remember. There is a guy on TikTok that goes by Bengali Brian.
Okay.
He had shot some video of a building that has a painting of the cornucopia Fruit of the Loom logo on it. And this is in Great Yarmouth, England. He shot this. So, is this great proof? Not necessarily. Someone could have painted it just from their memory. It's not like Fruit of the Loom. It's not a Fruit of the Loom factory or anything like
Right.
that. It looked
Yeah.
like more like a marketplace. However, I think what the point is that it's not just us.
Right.
So many people remember this logo this way that they
Yeah.
have now included it to look like that amongst the other logos that they had painted on the wall.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I can't not think of the cornucopia every
Right.
time. I can picture it so clearly in my mind.
And that was the point Nicole was making. It's not only the fact that it's a cornucopia, the images that we are finding or people are finding are the exact image of a cornucopia that we all are seeming to remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't vary. The color doesn't vary. It's always this brown cornucopia. The shape, the position of it even
Position. Yeah, it's
is,
exact. It was a logo. It was a logo, like
yeah,
it didn't change. Hmm.
yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
So, yeah, and here is something else that's very interesting too. Another TikToker that goes by the name of Tierntoks. I'm hoping I'm saying that right, but Tierntoks. She was actually out with her husband, and there was a place, and they had board games there. And her husband grabbed a board game by the name of Advertising 2. So there
Okay.
must be a part one. This was part two. The game is from 1991. And what it is they kind of give you clues of particular companies. And just by the clues, you're supposed to guess, the other person is supposed to guess, what is that company?
Okay.
So they pulled a card, and here are the clues for that card. They were an apple, grapes, underwear, and cornucopia.
Ha! Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of
Right.
the Loom.
Absolutely. And she shows when you flip the card, the answer is Fruit of the Loom.
Mm,
So this is,
interesting.
yeah, this is the one I'm going to struggle with. I truly feel deeply there was a cornucopia
Me too.
in
Me
this
too.
logo.
I'm struggling with this one.
Yes, yes. Um, I just believe that that's what this is. I have no idea why they are
Hmm.
keeping this so secret, but
Me neither. It's so
so
strange.
strange. So strange. So our next one is a famous
I'm sorry, I
Mandela.
keep yawning. This is has nothing to do with being bored. I think I'm just not getting enough oxygen to my brain or something.
You're like, the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia is real. I'm exhausted just thinking about
My brain. Okay.
it. So our next one is the Bernstein Bears, or the
Mm,
Berenstein Bears, or the Berenstain Bears. Who are these bears? Why is their name always different? Why are
yeah,
some of us remembering their name spelled Stein when they're trying to tell us that it actually has always been Stain?
I always thought it was EIN.
I kind of always thought it was EIN too.
Yeah.
So, for those who aren't familiar with the Bernstein Bears, or the Berenstein Bears, or the Berenstain Bears, it's a series of books that were written by Stan and Jan Berenstain about a family of bears. You had Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Brother Bear, and Sister Bear. Eventually, Sister, little baby, I think Baby Bear came along at one point at the
Oh.
end. Um, they had books that you always kind of taught like a little lesson. There was the Bernstein Bears in the Messy Room, Learn About
Uh-huh.
Strangers, No Girls Allowed, about when Brother built a clubhouse and Sister was not allowed in it. Um, Trouble at School, things like this. I had the books, Jamie. Did you
I
have
did
any of these
too.
books? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were in our school library.
Yes.
I swear I remember it being Stein.
Yes. So many people do.
Whew.
Me
Okay.
included. I mean, I guess looking back, I'm like, okay, I kept thinking about it because I'm not sure how you say it. When growing up, I believe we would always say the Berenstein Bears. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I pronounced it.
Berenstain. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Berenstein Bears. And now my household, probably like many other Michigander households, like we talk differently, right? I mean, everyone has like a different accent. My
Yeah.
mother was notorious for mispronouncing all kinds of things, and when you're around it, then you begin to do it too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, she she had all kinds of things that and even to this day, I'm not sure if she knew or she was doing it on purpose, but it would happen. Here in Michigan, we always tend to add an S to
Yeah.
everything at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Myers,
yeah.
Walmart's.
Yes, yes, yes. And I was like, doesn't everybody do this? And the answer is no. Not everybody adds an S to everything. Ford's, Ford's.
Ford.
Everyone works at Ford's around here.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so, the more I thought about this, I thought, was this just something? Because I'm sure when I started getting these books, I probably didn't even know how to read yet. They were books that
right.
were in the house that my parents were reading to me. And
Yeah,
if my parents were saying, Berenstain Bears, then I'm going to say Berenstain Bears. Um,
right.
that's just how it was going to be. So, yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's Berenstein. I mean, I remember it being Berenstein. I remember saying it Berenstein. So I
Hmm.
don't think it's just a Michigan thing.
Yeah,
But when I look at Berenstain, it does not look right. That is not the way I remember seeing it.
that's
So
how I feel about it
I
too.
don't
I,
know.
I I'm looking at my notes right now, and I'm looking at the word Berenstein.
Yeah,
And
it looks right.
it just
Berens
looks right. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, why weren't we saying someone down the line would have said the Berenstain Bears?
Yeah,
Growing up,
Berenstain.
I would remember
Yeah,
somebody saying, like, even attempting to pronounce
yeah,
it as the way it reads,
right.
and it didn't. Just like you said, our school library, our regular library, had these books. Kids were
Yeah.
trying them out. People were saying Berenstain Bears. So I took to TikToks again. Had to add the TikToks, and so there is a TikToker out there by the name of Phazon Games. Now
Okay.
he went to a thrift store and he shows on video that he found a videotape of the Berenstein Bears in which it is spelled Stein.
Ah,
So he's like, here it is. He's like, I don't know what to do with this now. but
yeah,
but I have this information, and here I have found a
yeah.
video. So on that particular video, it is spelled the way that we would remember it. And then it
Wow.
got me thinking. I have an eBay store, so I'm always buying different things. And I
Yeah,
got to thinking, I was like, you know what? I do like to buy box lots of VHS and
yeah.
DVDs and things like that. Um, and I remembered, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I have a video for sale. And sure enough, I went out and I have
What?
Berenstain Bears
Okay,
video,
I can't see
and it
it.
is saying,
AIN.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
And I did want to look at the copyright date. It's got two on here, two dates, 1985, and then Random House for 1988.
Huh.
I don't know.
Man.
I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, and the other thing I kick myself for is well over a decade ago, I kept, all my, I come from a family of pack rats. We don't throw anything away. We keep
Yeah,
all our things. My parents were very good about keeping my old toys,
that's
and
good.
they had kept all my Berenstein Bear books. And after my daughter had kind of grown up, I wasn't sure if I was going to have any more kids. My kids are like 15 years apart. So I was like, what am I going to do with some of these things? And I sold my books on eBay years ago. And now I kick myself because I was like, I mean, those were original books. I know they came, from the 80s. If it would have been, Berenstein, it would have said it on there.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad that I got rid of it.
Ah.
I would have felt like that was, proof,
Yeah.
no matter how it was spelled. So yeah, I'm so sad. I sold them all in a lot. But then
Oh,
I was like, who bought them? Was it the government?
right. Yeah.
Because they must be around buying up everything that ever
But
said
why?
Berenstein
That's
Bears.
the
Yes,
thing. But why?
right. Yeah, exactly. So
Ah,
yeah, so
this would make us question everything.
it will make you question literally everything.
Yeah.
And so I've actually found a mix of things online that go both ways. There are people who have things they're showing that say, spelled Stein. There are people who are like, nope, I've had these books since I was a kid. These are my original, books,
Yeah.
and Stain. I have literally seen both. Now,
Huh.
is this something that maybe was there a misprint back at a
Right.
certain point? Did some of these things have that on there, and some had the
Right.
Stain? And listen, this is the author's last names. Here's the funny part. I
Mhm.
looked because I was like, has anyone reached out to them? I
That's
have
what I
to
was
imagine
wondering.
still alive. And I didn't see anything on that. I would love to reach out to them and be like, "Hey, how do you spell your last name? Like,
Yeah.
tell us, what is it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look, even on the videotape, if you look, there's Jan and Stan right on the
Right.
bottom, and it is
Huh.
spelled Stain. So, um, is this something that could have been a typo, or are people trying to mess with us too, and then reprinting some things? I mean,
I don't know. That
right,
seems
you can,
like a stretch, but
yeah.
wild. It's wild that we remember it that way. I don't know.
That's the thing. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And so, yeah, that's a little of the Berenstain Bears. So let
Wow.
let us know if
Okay.
you remember, if you had books, if you still have these books, like,
Yeah, I have a couple boxes of kids' books that were passed. Some were passed down from when I was a kid to my kids, and then I'm saving them for grandkids someday.
yes,
I'm gonna have to go through it because I swear there's a few of those books in there. So I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have to go
Take a
through it.
look at it. Now dig, yes. So
Yeah.
even growing up, so living in Michigan, we only lived a couple hours away from Sandusky, Ohio, where Cedar Point, the amusement park,
Yeah.
it it's now nothing but roller coasters. But back in the 80s, they had other rides and they had other things, to do
Uh-huh.
besides roller coasters. But we went to Cedar Point every year. That was like we didn't do vacations. We went to Cedar Point. Sometimes if we were lucky, we went to Cedar Point twice in the summer, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
Right.
And I loved it. And back in the 80s, they had the Berenstain Bears walking around in
Oh.
costumes. They had their own like play area you could go into.
How
And I'm
cool.
gonna dig because I know I have pictures with the Berenstain Bears as a
Mm.
kid. But yeah, I mean, they were like an 80s staple. They were such
Yeah.
a thing. And so I just remember that. I think I got a chance to meet every character, and it was just
That's
so
so
cute.
cool.
I know, and I know kids today would have no idea. I mean, I shouldn't say no idea. Some might. I mean, who
Yeah.
they are, but I'm like, oh, sometimes I wish Cedar Point was the way it was, like back in the 80s, and the Berenstain Bears were still there.
No. Aw.
Because at one point, I know Snoopy had kind of taken over as one of the characters. They did the
Oh.
whole Camp Snoopy thing as kind of. I think even when Gabby was little, that
Oh,
was
wow.
like Snoopy was the character. Nowadays, I don't even know if they do anything like that for the kids, just because it is like roller coasters.
Yeah.
They just came out with a new one that looks like death. It looks like, I know people think they get on that thing and they're sure they're going to meet their maker, because this darn thing, like, it goes straight up and then it teeters and then it comes straight back down again. No,
Wow. I love
that-
roller coasters, but
yeah,
some of them, I don't know.
that's a hard pass for me. I cannot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Cedar Point, just bring the Berenstein Bears back and have their names
Right.
spelled correctly,
Yes.
Stain, because we know that's really how it is.
That's right. Work with
All
us.
right. Yeah, right. All right, this next one, ugh, this one gets me too. Um, are you familiar at all with the film that supposedly existed or didn't exist by the name of Shazam?
Yes. I remember Shazam.
Okay, starring comedian Sinbad
Mhm.
in the early 90s, where he
Yep.
played a genie.
Yes.
Okay, well, they're saying that movie never existed.
What?
This is what they're claiming. I remember this movie.
Me too.
Now, I can't say that I watched it. I don't think I watched it. It came out at a time where I may have been in that in between. I was probably a little too cool for school. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hit like
Uh-huh.
13, 14, you're not watching as many of the young family films
Right, right.
as you once
Yeah.
did. So I think it was that period where so I don't think I actually saw it. However, I remember it existing.
Me too.
Yes.
Yep. This is really weird. I know where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate it. I hate it. This one gives me knots in my stomach because it's like I remember it and they're like, no. When comedian Sinbad actually comes out and does videos and says, this movie never existed, I was never in a movie like this, I want to be like, why are you lying to us, Sinbad? Who's paying you?
Yeah.
Blink twice if you're in danger, Sinbad. Tell us. Is the government
Yeah.
coming for you? What's happening? So, okay, so there is potential that we are getting it confused with another movie by the name of Kazam, in which Shaquille O'Neal, Jamie's already shaking her head. She's like,
No,
no,
this is not what I remember.
no. Now, I remember Kazam as well. I do remember
Okay.
that, and it exists. Shaquille O'Neal was in it. He also played a genie. You can go on IMDb, and there's Kazam. You cannot find Shazam with Sinbad in it. So I did check on TikTok about this. There are a couple of TikTokers. One goes by Mr. Nichols, and the other one is Ike Freezo Weston 2.0. And in these videos, they are showing their personal copies on VHS of Shazam.
Okay.
Okay, so both have the same cover, which I will tell you is pretty much identical to the cover of Kazam with
Oh,
Shaquille
damn.
O'Neal. It is, the image is the same. Both men are, kind of taking up most of the poster, and then like below is like a little boy. The font is exactly the same. Both cases are a purple color. I'll be sure to post that as well on our Instagram so you guys can see at home. Yes, I mean they're identical.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
which is bizarre.
Is this
So
another universe? Like, is this like, what is happening?
yeah, right, right. What is happening? And so both Mr. Nichols and Weston 2.0 decided they were going to. They showed not only the case. They pull out their cassette. You can see it says Shazam on there. They're putting it into their VCRs, and we get a clip of the movie.
What? This
Yeah,
is crazy.
yeah.
Okay. This makes
I
me feel a
highly,
little less crazy, but yeah.
I highly recommend everyone take a look at it. So I'm going to tell you what I saw, and then I want to discuss it.
Okay.
Because I will tell you, both men played the same exact scene. When they pop it in, it's at the same exact scene. So in the scene, it's two children. They're going through some old boxes. They're talking about, clearly their mother had just passed away, and their father is trying to uh, hide their memories from of
Mm,
their mother from them. And so they're going through these things, and they blow on this box and there's dust, and the little boy goes flying back, and out pops from one of the boxes what looks to be like a magic lamp of sorts.
right.
So they rub it, out pops Sinbad dressed as a genie. He pops out. They have a discussion amongst them, and the kids are like, who are you? And he's looking for Tina, who happens to
I
be their
remember
mother.
this. I remember this. Okay.
And so this whole scene plays out. Here are some things that are noted in this scene, which is like, it's too much. Okay. So they're in this attic, right, where there's boxes and there's different things laying around. Here are some of the things that you can see in the scene. One of which is a Monopoly board, right? We discussed
Okay.
the Monopoly Man and his monocle. There is also a Berenstain Bears book.
Oh, what is
Yeah.
going on?
The little boy lifts a book, and it is clearly a Curious George book where you can see Curious George with his tail.
What is happening?
I was freaking out watching this, I'll tell you what. And I didn't see it, but someone had to really zoom in. There's a newspaper in which you can see it says Nelson Mandela dead at 68.
Oh my God. Okay.
There's also a place where you see very closely a Kit Kat wrapper in which you can see a hyphen.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay,
somebody did this.
yes, right.
Somebody did this. Okay.
Okay, yes. I mean, it's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
it's too
All
much.
right.
Yeah.
You could have just had the Monopoly board and the Berenstain Bears book, and I would have been like, "Whoa!" But
Yeah.
all this other stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, wait a minute, no."
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. All
so
right.
I now, yes, some people have said out there that this scene is a hoax. That
Yeah.
Sinbad went ahead and filmed this little scene as a practical joke.
Yep.
Uh, I did look. You can go on IMDb. There's some articles that will lead you to an IMDb where they said, "Oh, you know, we found the lost movie," and they have even included the actors. Obviously, Sinbad being one of them, and then the two child actors. But here's the interesting thing: the child actor they're claiming was in this movie. I looked at his birth date, and he wasn't even born until 2009.
Oh, okay.
And this movie was supposed to be done in the early 90s. So I was like,
Right.
oh, okay. Um, so now Sinbad has come out and had interviews in which he has said this movie was never made. He's like, I did not do it. This isn't me. Then there's another video you can find out there of Sinbad, which they are saying is an April Fool's joke. It has to be because I can't imagine anyone saying this in a video. But he is stating that he does work for the government and that there are 3 copies of this movie left in the world and they are out to find them. And when they find them, they're going to kill the people who have
Oh
these
my
movies.
God. Okay, this
So,
has got to be a joke. This has got to be a
right.
big practical joke. Yeah.
Yes, because I can't imagine anyone saying that. I did see another cover in which it's like it's totally different from the Kazam looking purple one, where
Uh-huh.
you do see Sinbad, and then it's got a picture of Jonathan Taylor Thomas on there, who is the young actor from Home Improvement, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, I mean it's that one
That's
is
fake. Yeah.
definitely fake, and I was just like, no, I don't remember all of that. In fact, well, it would have been close. I was going to say the timing seems a little off with Home Improvement and but no, I mean if there Shazam would have come out early 90s, Home
Yeah.
Improvement was about the same time, but it definitely wasn't Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I
No.
can't tell you, but having said all this now, I mean, Jamie, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, clearly the two VHS tapes were, I mean, that's got to be, I mean, that's just a hoax. Like
Yeah.
there's no way, because it included every single Mandela Effect theory on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were making a point. Whoever made that was making a point to mess with people.
Yes.
But I still remember Shazam. Why do I remember Shazam? I
That's
remember talking about Shazam.
Yeah.
Uh,
I still feel very strongly that I remember this movie.
yes,
I did not see it. I can easily see the premise in the hoax video that was made being very similar to probably
right.
what it was. I mean, even you said you're like I
I
remember that.
remember this. I remember
Mhm.
that scene. I remember this.
Yes.
Ah,
And so, yes, that may not have been the particular scene that was in the film, but I do feel like this movie still exists. And now I feel like Sinbad is just effing with us, and
I
I
feel like
don't
he's
like
messing with us. Yeah, I feel like he's messing with us. I feel like he's jumped on and just gone all in on it. You know,
Yes.
that's what I feel like.
Yes, and why? And why? Let's say for a minute this movie did exist, and he was in this film. Now he's saying he wasn't in this film, and now he's going above and beyond to make us all feel crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's wild.
I think so too.
Whew.
Yeah, this one is really tough for me because I still feel super. I
Yeah,
feel strongly that this movie did exist, and
I
so
do
many
too.
people remember it.
Yeah, it's blowing my mind.
Yeah, we actually filmed some more of our movie this past weekend, and so I brought this up on set, and I was like, "This is what we're doing this week. What are your guys' thoughts on it?" And our makeup artist Keegan was very much like, she's like, "No, no, it was real. I watched it. I know this movie is real, right?" So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
and
fun.
so everyone was kind of spitting out their theories about it and everything, which was great. But yeah, so Shazam.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That one's
And
still messing with me. It's still messing with me. But
it does.
yeah.
And so I do have to laugh though. Like, so I do want to talk a little bit about the TikTokers too, who, I mean, I don't know, like how these two people were involved. You never see their faces on camera. I mean, it's two
Ah,
different voices, how, I don't know the connection. Just for a second, the hoax alone, how is the connection there? Clearly that, even everything was printed
right.
how do these guys get this? If anything, if you're not going to tell me Shazam is real, at least tell me how Sinbad is connected to these two guys and
Yeah.
why they're
Yeah,
doing all of this.
exactly. Yeah.
Answer
Why are
me
they
that.
going to these extremes just to
Yes,
mess with
why are
it?
you all going to these extremes? We already feel crazy enough. I think that's what gets me the most about this one. We're all already feeling crazy. And so when you go ahead and do something to make it feel worse, I'm like, now you're just toying with us. And that's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
beyond gaslighting. So, yes.
Beyond. Yes.
So, our last one that I did want to talk about, because when I started this, I felt one way. And the more I researched, I was like, okay, I can see how I may have gotten confused. But what I wanted to talk about was Ed McMahon working for Publishers Clearinghouse. For those who don't know about Publishers Clearinghouse or Ed McMahon, so Ed McMahon was an announcer. He was like a game show host, comedian. He was really best known for being Johnny Carson's sidekick on the Tonight Show, and as far as I remember, being the spokesperson for Publishers Clearinghouse.
I remember this. I'm going to be really mad if you tell me this is not true. I remember this.
Right, right. So,
Yeah.
Publishers Clearinghouse, they're kind of a company known for their sweepstakes. This was huge in the 80s. This was so big and probably
Yeah.
into the early 90s. So, they had like price based games and things like that. They did direct marketing of merchandise and periodicals. You would get a mailer, and this would always come along. A lot of people would throw it in their junk mail. Some people would go ahead, they would fill these things out and send them in because there was promise of the possibility of getting a giant check, right? You
Yes.
look at the commercials and they,
Giant check. Yes.
yes, yes, the prize patrol could come to your house with the giant check and balloons and flowers, and they would show the people answering the doors, and they were so excited they'd win all this money. Um, so they are telling us, and Ed McMahon, we would see him in these commercials,
Yeah.
send it in today, and Ed McMahon would be there with the big checks.
Yeah.
He'd
Yes.
show up at people's houses, right?
Yeah. I remember thinking that my man could show up at my house with a
Yeah,
giant check. I remember
absolutely.
this.
Yes, yes. Well, apparently it never happened.
What?
Yes,
No.
yes,
No.
yes. And now I really struggled with this one because this was so vivid. This was just like a no-brainer for me that
Yeah.
man was the thing. This was a thing. So here could be the possible explanation as to why we are as a whole confused about Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. They are saying Ed McMahon worked for a similar company called American Family Publishers.
Hmm.
But what they're saying is that he never delivered any large checks. You will never see anything with Ed McMahon and a large check. That's the part that gets me the most. I'm like, okay, let's say for a second, because right, there are so many companies in the world that
Right.
have competing companies. They very
Right.
similar. They do the same things. Pepsi and Coke, and I can
Right.
see this happening with Publishers Clearinghouse is the bigger name, but maybe something else came along called American Family Publishers, promising the same stuff. But they're like, we're going to get a spokesperson, and it's let's get Ed McMahon. And they're saying that happened. But what gets me is, I swear to you, I saw Ed McMahon holding
Yeah.
checks.
Yes.
Okay, so I did some digging on this because
Okay.
I was like, that man held some big
Breaking my
checks.
heart again.
Right? I know. It's just crazy. Yeah, here go our childhoods, right? Right down the toilet.
Yes.
Everything we thought was real is not.
Ah.
So I actually found an interview that Ed McMahon did on the Tom Green show. Do you remember Tom Green at all?
A little bit. Not
Okay.
much. Yeah.
So I loved Tom Green. He had a show in the late 90s on MeTV called The Tom Green Show. Before then, I think he was doing more like public access. He's a Canadian, so that's why I loved him so much. But he was very
Yes,
funny.
love Canada.
Yep. I had to find a Canadian twist in here somehow saying
There
I
you
did
go.
Tom Green. No, I found Tom Green to be so funny. I never missed the Tom Green show. He was very out there. Um, he um, he was actually engaged to Drew Barrymore at one point.
Okay. Yeah,
He,
I
yeah, he
remember
did.
this a little bit.
Yeah, he did some films. Road Trip, I believe, was one of them that makes me
Yeah,
sad.
okay.
The whole scene with him and a snake that just, yeah, unleashed the fury, Mitch. It's so, I don't know.
Right.
He cracks me up. So he's doing an interview with Ed McMahon in which he's talking and actually uses the term Publishers Clearinghouse. And he asks Ed McMahon, about, did you actually bring checks to doors? And Ed McMahon doesn't say, no, 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 it's not Publishers Clearinghouse. He didn't deny that. He didn't say but then what gets me is he says, yes, I've hand delivered large checks. Yeah.
Okay.
So out of the mouth of Ed McMahon himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he personally delivered large checks to people who won. And like I said, Tom Green used the words Publishers Clearinghouse, and he didn't correct him.
Correct him. Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Other things that may not necessarily be proof, but it is once again kind of proof, very much like the fruit of the loom painted on the wall.
Yeah.
That helps us know that we aren't the only ones. Shows like Roseanne and Who's the Boss, they had dream sequences in a particular episode in both shows where Ed McMahon is there delivering a check to their door.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm feeling a little better.
Right? On the show The Golden Girls, which is one of my all-time favorite TV shows, they reference in an episode, and they talk about how Ed McMahon works for Publishers Clearinghouse, and he could be bringing us a check. So what the heck? I don't know. This is one I would have died on this hill too, because I know I saw him with checks. I know this stuff was going on. Now I could see it getting confused maybe with the commercial, because there was always commercials.
Yeah.
Maybe it was always American Family Publishers and he did that. But you cannot tell me that man didn't deliver a large check to people's homes.
I remember it. If you just said the name Ed McMahon, that's what I would think of first before the Johnny Carson thing.
Sure.
Like it's that clear to me.
Yes.
So,
yeah. That's how I feel about it too. This was just a thing. It was just a thing.
Yeah.
It happened.
It was a thing. It was a thing. This is killing me.
I know.
Okay.
This is actually, I will confess, one of the hardest shows I've ever researched, just because of the feelings that it evokes.
Yes.
And I'm sure people listening are going to feel the same way, because there are so many things that we are so sure of here. We're so sure. When people are stating, no, it didn't happen, boy, that really messes with you. So let's talk a little bit about what could be happening here. Okay, so some people have theories that we are in an alternate reality.
Okay.
This is some type of time shift. Some of us have been in a particular timeline where others have been in a different timeline. Have these timelines now merged? Are we now in a different timeline? This topic alone is enough. That alone is enough to make my eyes go cross. Just trying to say things like this. Like, how does that even?
Are we like weaving in and out of these timelines? Like, what is happening?
Right. Because this isn't just a couple. This isn't just a couple people out there that are swearing these things happened.
Right.
There are masses of us. Hundreds of thousands of people who remember things in a very particular way. I will say the interesting thing is a lot of these things come out of the 70s and the 80s, maybe early 90s, right? So why that particular time? Did some type of time shift happen during those decades in which some of us were in a particular timeline where where it was the Berenstein, Stein,
Yeah.
where maybe Kit Kat had a dash in between the two. That Monopoly Man had a monocle. The interesting thing to me is that these are all minor things. It's
Yes.
nothing, no one's trying to convince us necessarily that it was a large event.
Right.
It's just these little things.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
are we
Food.
right? Are we in an alternate reality right now where these little things have changed?
Whew. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I knew, but this
Yeah.
is really, there's a couple that you brought up that are really messing with me.
Yeah.
Monopoly,
Yeah.
I swear
Hmm.
you had a monocle.
Hmm.
Ed McMahon,
Yeah.
the tail on Curious George,
Hmm.
and Ed McMahon. Did I say Ed
Yeah.
McMahon already?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's how passionate you are about the Ed McMahon.
Yeah,
Ed
the
McMahon.
Ed McMahon. He's worth
Yeah.
mentioning twice
Yeah.
in the
Exactly.
list. This is really
Exactly.
messing with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and back to the Ed McMahon thing real quick. I did see a picture online. I can post that as well, where it's Ed McMahon standing with a woman holding a check, and it does look like an aged photograph. So, I mean, once again, Photoshop can do all kinds of amazing things today, but it's out there, you see it. And that's the stuff that's really hard. It's like, how are you going to tell me when we're looking at stuff? And
Right.
I think that's what makes it worse, is when there may not be a ton of evidence, but there's just little things left out there.
Yep.
And like Nicole had mentioned, the TikToker Nicole, about Fruit of the Loom, how is it? I mean, you can scrub the internet of whatever you want. I mean, if you don't want it to exist on the internet, it doesn't exist anymore on the internet.
Right.
But some of these things are memories. How do you scrub that?
Right.
Hmm.
I don't know. This is,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. My brain feels bleh right now.
Right. Right. Uh, There is a forensic psychologist out there by the name of John Paul Garrison. He is out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he has spent some years researching this topic. He believes the Mandela effect actually gets perpetuated when people share these ideas in big ways on media, right? So things like Facebook,
Right.
Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah.
podcasts like ours. If we're all discussing it, and someone's listening, they're like, oh yeah, I do remember that monocle. And then you tell a friend and they're like, yep, no, I think I remember that too.
Right.
It's one of those things, like our brain begins to maybe
Mhm.
start shifting and changing and believing things a certain way, because when you hear someone else say it, is
Yeah.
this almost like a mass way of thinking, because we've now put it into our own brains
Right.
that
But
yeah, this is so.
here's, yeah, and I understand that. I can see that. I can totally see that being a thing. But why is it the exact same logo for Fruit of the Looms? Like, we're not picturing different, our
Images.
own perspective of images of a cornucopia. It is like a specific
Yes, a very specific.
image of this logo, and
Yes.
everyone's, it's this, I feel like it's the same logo. It's not
Yes.
a different one. It's not different variations of it. And I that's the part that gets me, is
Mhm.
it's the exact same. It's not, oh, well, some people remember it, but they see like a yellow cornucopia. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah,
the
no one's doing
exact
that.
same. Right.
Yeah, no
I
one's
don't know.
doing that.
That's,
So
ugh,
that's the crazy part, is we all seem to be remembering the same exact image or the same thing. We
right.
have the same things pictured in my mind. In fact, just talking about Ed McMahon, I can
Yeah.
see it playing over in my head, like the balloons and him coming up with the
Uh-huh.
check to the door. I see it. I see it.
Yeah. Me too.
I mean, I get it. It's been 30 plus years,
Right.
but I can see it. Yeah.
Yes. This is wild. So
So
wild.
another theory is that it's the government kind of playing games with us.
But
Um,
why?
well, it could be an experiment of sorts. If they start with small things, right? We talk about these little things, the Berenstain Bears, like it's just
Yeah.
one type of book, or Curious George. I mean, people talk about like Mickey Mouse. Did he have suspenders or no suspenders?
Mm.
People remember him with suspenders, but he never had suspenders. if they start with little tiny things here and there, be it logos, food products, particular movies and TV shows, we start with that. Let's see what we can get them to forget. Let's see if we can tell them that these things didn't exist anymore by
Whew.
by trying to erase small things from our memories. Is this something down the road they can now erase larger things from history out of our brain?
Ugh, this is a lot. This is a lot.
It's a
I'm
lot.
not saying that that is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's scary. It's
Very
scary
scary.
to think about.
Yeah.
Very disturbing. I'm not saying it's completely impossible, though.
Right.
That it could be happening.
I
I
mean,
don't
this could
know.
be a literal worldwide experiment that's been going
Hmm.
on for decades. It started with some things, but you would have to get everybody on board. You would
Yeah.
have to get everyone. Sinbad would have to be on board. He truly would have
Right.
been working for the government.
Yeah.
You would have to get Jif Peanut Butter on board. You know,
Right.
you would have to get everyone, and what is it they're saying or doing to convince these people to completely wipe the cornucopia out?
Right.
Out.
What they have
This
to
would
be like promising them something huge
you,
or threatening them with something huge. I don't know
right.
which,
So this whole
So
concept is so scary to think about,
yeah,
because not only thinking about those people getting threatened with
right.
whatever by the government to keep their mouths shut because they want to toy with the world to see if what down the road they could get us to forget. Huge things, right?
So
I mean,
disturbing.
I started to say earlier, like, oh, well, they haven't, tried it yet with large events, but have they not? Because how many people out there are, they talk about, oh, the Holocaust didn't exist.
Mm.
That's just an example that popped into my mind. So many people are like, oh, it didn't exist. It didn't happen. Well,
Hmm.
there's so many survivors that are going to tell
Oh,
you,
landing
stuff,
on the moon,
the moon landing. Yeah.
Yes.
So these are
There's
big
so
events.
many. Yeah.
Right. So it has begun in a sense. Are these things they're trying just to see if they can erase huge monumental things in our history from our brains, which is it's so wild to think about.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is. It is. Oh.
I know. So yeah, so everybody at home, I would love to hear. I want theories.
Yes.
I want to hear. I want to hear your thoughts on why this is happening. Is it happening? Are there things you're like, nope, I remember Ed McMahon in those commercials, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please
If
say you remember.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, because
Whew.
I'm telling you, after doing research on this, we're not alone on this. There are so
Yeah.
many people. We have these memories of these things, and they're clear as a bell.
Yeah.
Like I said, some of these you could change my mind. Some of these you could definitely change my mind or explain to me how they're happening. I mean, especially like movie lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that sticks out too is from Star Wars. Darth Vader saying, Luke, I am your father, right?
Yes.
And it is not the line, and I'm not even going to try because I'm going to get it wrong. I don't know if he just says, I'm your father. The point is he definitely doesn't say Luke. But the more I thought about it, is if you've seen the movie Tommy Boy, where Chris Farley is talking into the fan and he's going, Luke,
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah.
So we have now seen that scene so many
Right.
times, and they could have easily just, that's just his character goofing around. So now we
Right.
have in our mind that he does say, Luke, I am your father. So
Right.
I'm
I
sure
can
that can
understand
be
that. Yeah.
there's things that can be explained like that, and I get lines from films, and okay, one person says it wrong. It's like the game of telephone. One
Yeah.
person says it wrong, you're going to have a ton of people saying it wrong. That
Right.
I understand. However, you're going to have to really beat it into my head about this cornucopia. I'm going to tell you that right now because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
clear.
I can't unsee
Yeah,
it. I
I can't unsee it.
can't. Wow. That
Yeah,
was really great. I'm glad that
good.
we talked about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad too. And who knows? Down the road, we might find out more, and we talk about it again, or talk about some of the other Mandela effects that are down there. But yeah, we would love to hear your comments and your stories. And if you have any of your own, even if it's more than just the Mandela effect, anything paranormal you would love to share with us and we can share on the show, you can reach out to us at Unexplained Archives 2025 at gmail.com. And please be sure to share and like and all the things with our
That
videos.
bell so you know when
Yes,
we post. Yes.
exactly.
We
And
love it.
we do love it. We love the support. We've been getting so much support lately, and we appreciate you all so much. And so that's just been absolutely wonderful. And you can also follow us on Instagram. I'm going to share a lot of pictures this week of this stuff, so don't miss out. There are so many awesome examples I found, so I'm going to put that on our Instagram, which is Unexplained Archives 25. And you can now find us on just about everything. So
Yeah.
we are on iHeartRadio. We are on Amazon. We are still trying to figure out Apple.
Yeah.
So don't go looking
We'll
there
let
for
you
us
know when
yet.
it's live, but
Yeah.
we're working on it.
Yes. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And come back next week. We'll have something
Yeah.
even some more awesome stuff next week.
Yes. Come back. We
Yes.
can't wait. All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.